Hello and welcome to part 2 of Advanced Uses for Custom Fields. If you're just joining us, make sure you go back and watch part 1 so that you're up to speed. We're going to go ahead and skip the introduction here and hop right into our project. Last week, we left off having created a loop of bullets within a post for easy data manipulation. If we go back into our dashboard and click on Posts, and then click Edit below this post, we'll scroll down to our custom fields. You can see we have 2 custom fields created, both named bullet-points, and then our 2 points, point 1 and point 2. This is so we can add multiple pieces of information to one custom field and have it show up pulled out of the array. This week, we're going to create a pseudo widget, and for this example, we're going to create a tutorial category which will allow us to assign some descriptive information to the tutorial. So let's get started. The first step we'll take here is to go back into Posts in the dashboard and click Categories. We're going to create a new category and we're going to call it Tutorials. We'll click Save, and now you can see our Tutorials category has been added. Now we'll go ahead and click Add New under Posts. We'll give this post a title. I'm calling it How to Be Awesome 101. Then we'll just throw in some dummy text down here because we're not actually willing to part with the true secrets of awesomeness just yet. Now we'll check the Tutorials box under Categories, and that's our sample tutorial. We'll go ahead and click Publish, and now you can see the article on the front page here. We'll click on it and go into the articles page, and you can see we still have our information from last time here. Of course, there's nothing filled in here just yet. Now we're going to get started on our widget in the sidebar. So we'll go ahead and hop over into our custom functions PHP file. The first thing we'll do is put in our callback function. We're going to hook a function called tutorial information widget into thesis hook before sidebar 1. Now we're going to create the function. Again, we're calling this function tutorial information widget. As always, we're using global $post because we're going to be calling post information outside of the loop. Then we're going to run a conditional check. First, we only want this to show up on single pages, not in archives and things like that. We went over this in the last video tutorial as well. Second, we want to make sure this only shows up for posts in the tutorials category. By using this ampersand twice here, it will make sure that both of these statements are true, meaning that this widget will only appear on single pages that are also within the tutorials category. Now we're going to close and wrap the PHP tags. Then, since this is going to be in the sidebar and hooked into thesis hook before sidebar 1, we need to create a widget. We're going to create a list item with the class of widget and then add the appropriate HTML code for default widgets. To understand why I'm using the HTML I'm using, it's best for you to open up something like Firebug for Firefox and dig around and see what the existing code for Thesis already looks like, and try your best to match that. We'll start with an H3 tag for our widget's headline, which reads tutorial information. Within that, we'll create an unordered list where we can put our bullet points. We'll put in our first list item wrapped in a strong tag so it comes out nice and bold. We're labeling this estimated read time. Then we'll add the post meta field that says tut read time. Then we'll anchor it by setting it to true. Then we'll do the same thing for the fields we're calling difficulty and skills required. With each one, just make sure you're entering the correct meta field for the widget to retrieve, which are tut read time, tut diff, and tut skills respectively. Now we'll save and refresh. And now we have our tutorial information widget. But as you can see, there's no information to display just yet. So let's add some to check and make sure everything is functioning properly. We're going to go back into our post here, and we're going to create some new custom fields. We'll click Enter New, and then we'll copy the post meta fields from the code. The first one will be tut read time, and we'll set the value to 1 hour. We'll click Add Custom Field and label the second one as tut diff, and give this a value of easy. Then we'll click Add Custom Field again and call this one tut skills and give it a value of awesomeness. We'll update the post and refresh, and you can see our widget is now displaying all of our information. That's it for part 2 of Advanced Uses for Custom Fields. Be sure to come back next week for the exciting conclusion. That's right, Part 3 is just 7 days away. Until then, feel free to leave us a comment below or to hit us up on Twitter at @ThesisReady. We'd love to hear what you thought of this week's tutorial, and we're always looking for requests for future tutorials, so don't be shy. We'll see you next time.